Get the hands going forward now. That's the look. Do you see that right there? That's the look. Dude, now we're in business. Send that. Get your hands forward. Do a shorter one for me. Just only go chest high and then right through. God, he finally got it. There it is right there. That's it. All right, guys. So, one of the things I like to do when working on forward shaft lean, come around the front, Kev. And, this is such a great one. I use the white line not only for ball position, but I use it for a finish line. This is the finish line, okay? Now, not only do I want my hands in the center of my body having a photo finish at impact, right here, with everything arriving together, but I need my hands breaking through that finish line before the club gets there, all right?
All right.
So that's a good visual for you to actually be able to tell, are my hands getting ahead of the golf ball, right? So a really, really, really easy one for starters, really easy, is just going right into your impact position, maintaining this, and right from that position, rotating and returning right back to it, and keeping that extension through the golf ball. Now, let's discuss exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing this, okay? I'm rotating. The hands are staying connected to the center of my body. As that left pocket goes back, my right hip, just like we learned earlier, to prevent the early extension, stays back as well, meaning it's not moving closer to the ball. So I'm going from heel to heel, and I'm creating the awareness of what my hands feel like at the point of impact. So you can see I'm keeping the face square, I'm de-lofting it, my knuckles are going down on my lead hand. They would never be going up to the sky, right?
No.
My right hand is slightly getting on top of my left, and you can see the crease in my right wrist. And what's great about that is, watch, I can just right on back and right on through. And that's giving me the feeling of impact there. I can tell that I'm getting back to the position at which I started. Now, I like keeping it right here. This is the heartbeat of the swing, you guys. This is so important. My dad educated me on what I should be feeling from pocket to pocket before I built my nice turn to match that. Keeping this there, and then this opening up, like deep, into its deepest pot. Right at impact, that left hip should be at its deepest point right there. Yes, get right back there now. For somebody who has the hip that way with no rotation and sees the hands back here, what would be the opposite? Hip back there with the hands up there. So this hip needs to feel like it goes backwards with the hands out in this position. Many people who slide need to feel that. This look right here versus the... So do it again. Now watch this. Get the hands going forward now. That's the look. Do you see that right there? That's the look. Dude, now we're in business. Send that. Get your hands forward. Do a shorter one for me. Just only go chest high and then right through. God, he finally got it. There it is right there. That's it. Chest high and through. That was your best one. I was just telling Kev, he got it. There it is right there. And you just hit the perfect shot. Do you feel that?
Yeah,
Let me see the exact same thing you just did.
All right.
Look at the pocket action. Go back. Look at this. Look at the hands leading. Look at the club head behind. And look at this. Let's torque that shaft a little bit. Much more matched up on his left leg right there. Doing a great job right there. And then more extension through impact. That's fantastic. Another one is simply just getting the club on the ground back here and rotating and dragging. You see what I'm doing? Hands staying in front of my chest. Watch. Together. Right through. And that's creating an awareness of what it feels like to get those hands leading as well. Knuckles down to the ground, like right here. Put the club on the ground, like back here. Okay, ready? Keep it on there. Open up that hip and drag it on through. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Just do a couple of those for me. Open up that hip and drag it on through with that head behind. Exactly. And everybody who's doing this needs to make sure. It's not easy for people, and it's just I take it for granted because I've done it so many times. But watch, the hip and the grip always go together. Hip and the grip go together, right? So when I fire, my hip and my handle, boom, are always moving together. Even when I do this. Even when I do this drill right here. Boom. And then just, right? Wonderful, wonderful drill. Thing leaves right on line, super compressed. Can feel that right hand more like this, guys. I can feel that left hand more like this. I feel like the hands are at 45-degree angles. Boom, boom. And my hand is the club face, right? So when I do that, look at the club face. It's in that position right there. Okay, so it's important, you know, just digging in, going up to something like an edge of a wall or something, like right here, right? And just putting up against that and just pushing into it like that and getting that awareness of what the hands feel like that. It's very important to engage and feel that through impact. Do the drill again for me now with the hips and hands together, and then take it back from there and hit it. Perfect. Now do the one over the golf ball where you get into impact, and then return right back to it. Let's get the pocket way back behind you. That's what I'm talking about. Hands forward, and then halfway back and right through it. Yeah. Wow, that was really good. So what are we feeling in the hands?
The hands I feel like, always my glove hands are always in front.
Absolutely. Does it feel more bowed or does it feel more cupped?
Bowed.
Bowed, absolutely. Yeah. How about the right hand? What are you feeling there?
Kind of just like trailing my left hand. I feel like my left hand's doing most of the work, and this is just like kind of like helping me hold on to the grip.
I love that. That's a big one, guys. Left hand doing most of the work. Now think about what that, why. Look at this. If he's hammering the nail, that's going to happen with the left arm pulling. That's going to happen. That's going to create lag and an angle of attack. And it's going to have forward shaft lean. The minute that right hand gets over involved like this, we're in trouble. But I do believe that some people need to feel what's happening with the right. And that right is along for the ride, but that right is a far more creased like this and on top of the golf club. I think that's important. It is our dominant hand, so we should know what it's doing. Yeah. Although I definitely like having left arm dominance in the swing. It's what I've always felt myself. I always try to feel that my left arm takes over, not just in the back swing, but in the through swing. Back with the left, through with the left. Really helps me feel like I can get the shaft ahead and extend through the golf ball. The one that I would tell you is my favorite because it's the most natural to what it is that would be a regular swing. It's the most realistic, I should say, to a regular swing. That's just guaranteeing connection by taking it back halfway and simply feeling the hammering of the nail when I rotate around my left side. That's the feeling, once again, of the wall being here. Me driving the hammer into the nail, into the wall, and the left pocket moving back. And all I'm feeling, you guys, is the hip and the grip moving together, okay? I still have that finish line identified right here, but I feel the hip and the grip moving together. Ready? My left hip and the grip. Back together and through together. And that right there, if I'm holding that in an extension right there, that's telling me that I'm not having my hands or my club pass my hands. Because guess what? If my club passed my hands, it would break down and look like this. Now here's the big thing. What I want us doing now is I want us putting some speed on this, but I want us holding the finish. That's going to make sure that we don't have that club passing our hands. So here we go. Let's really get after these right now, okay?
Okay.
That's me really putting a lot into that right there. For a wedge, that thing probably went, that thing went about a good 140 right there, 145, and that's stopping right there. And believe it or not, when I do this, I oftentimes hit it as far as I normally would if I was taking a full swing. It takes away all of the waving through the golf ball. Okay, we understand how that's not possible for holding that finish. Do a little short one for me, okay? A little short one at first. That was your best one. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
That was so good right there. Super connected. I mean, if you don't have your hands and body working together on this one right here, it's just not possible to do this drill. And it's really good for a young 12-year-old to work on, because you know what's great about this? He's also actively working out right now as we're doing this. I mean, this is engaging muscles from the ground up. For him to have that ability to take control, swinging kind of hard too, and then stopping, that's not easy. Put this about just underneath shoulder high. I'm putting out in front of him. I don't want to hurt him, so I want to be down here, but I'm going to get him right here. Little things, feet square, ball position, good. Attaboy. Nice and controlled on the way back, though. Keep it under control. Man, Kev, how good is that ball flight? Why would we work on the staying down part first? Well, guess what? If we don't stay down and we come up, we have to throw the club at the golf ball. So it's irrelevant to work on forward shaft lean if I'm being forced to flip it to actually hit it straight. That's the athletic response to the flaw. The flaw was coming out of it. The flaw might have even been before that, being disconnected, then coming out of it. We connected the swing better. We got you down figuring out what you need to do in order to rotate to stay down in it. So we now have the handle ahead, beating the club head at the finish line. Hip and grip, we call that. So, all that stuff we could categorize as the knockdown mentality. It looks like this, right? There's the knockdown shot. Now, say we grab the 6-iron. Sometimes we get these longer clubs out with less loft. The golfer feels the need to help it up in the air. I'm here to remind you, no. Let's still keep that same mindset even when we take our full swing. So that divot 4 inches past the golf ball, here comes the full swing, but guess what? I'm going to keep that knockdown mentality. And there we go. Even though I hit that and projected it up there, that thing was still piped, it was compressed, I stayed down over it, I incorporated the same feel I've been feeling all day, even though I gave it my full swing. That's the ticket right there to building connection, that's the ticket right there to feeling not only the ability to stay rotating around fixed points, but be able to keep that firm wrist through impact without the over-releasing golf club. Wow. You can see when he's hitting it now, the divots are well past the golf ball. Watch, I pull this rod in there and look where those divots are starting. See that? A good inch past the ball, going 4 inches past the ball. Very textbook right there. What's a 12-year-old hitting that golf ball, Kev? Oh my. Hey guys, let's wrap it up and let's get a nice little what's in the bag on that, you know? Get these viewers understanding where, or get these viewers a little bit about what's in the bag over there, what wedges you're playing, what driver you're playing, what woods you're playing. And hey, I'm really proud of you. You did a fantastic job today.